Ging, ging, ging.
Many problems for you to dislike.
I'm vengeance.
Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, peeps? Welcome back to another installment of the Suit Up Geeks Fix Versus series. We know it's been a hot minute, but dude, we got a lot of content, and this is kicking off our Versus Fridays. Every Friday, you can catch a new Versus episode live with us. It will be an never ending amount of new people, and we just keep going in and out like a filtration system or something like that. But you know what? It's fine. We're here today talking about not only WandaVision, but the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with one of the most hated people for not liking the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and one of the most beloved people for loving the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I think we're all pretty even when it comes to Wanda and Vision. But you know what? We got 5 categories, guys. We got stories, visuals, memorable moments, rewatchability, and overall series grade. At the end, Deebs does his little wizardry. He tallies up all the scores, and we actually do semi-good math to tell you which one actually wins. Yes, guys, we do the very hard 2 plus 2 math for you guys. Don't forget to leave us a subscribe, like, and comment. And let's just get straight into it. This year, we had these 2 shows drop, one in January and one just recently ended, but it premiered in March. They came out back to back, so they're still pretty fresh in our minds. WandaVision versus the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It only seems right to go with the first project that starts off the MCU Phase 4, or from what I heard, they're not even called like phases anymore, but you know what? Let's just call it Phase 4. Let's kick it off with the story of WandaVision. Wanda, after Avengers Endgame, finally comes to the realization that, you know what? Vision died for like the 3rd time, and you know what? She was not having it. So the bad guy framed her, and she had a bit of an emotional breakdown. But you know what? I got 2 great people here to talk about this show with us. We got Gabe and Amanda. So let's just start it off with Amanda. What are your thoughts on the story? And after you like give your description and talk about it, give your final score out of 10 in that category.
Oh man, you started with me.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so with WandaVision, I enjoyed it. It was a good storyline, I guess, for Wanda. It's more character driven than anything, and we do see her in a very tough position mentally, and it's kind of what we needed to see for Wanda. We see her build an entire town from her mind and her powers, and we see that. But the thing with the story with WandaVision is that it was very strong in the first half of the season, and then it kind of fizzled out with, trying to figure out how to end it and tie everything together. So that was like my main issue with every single episode past episode 3, because they were tying in too many things, and then it just kept building and building and building, and then the finale was kind of lackluster for me, unfortunately. So storyline, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 for me.
Wow. I'm really glad I did not place bets on that, because a 7 actually is pretty decent, but the way you described it was no bueno. But let's just go over to my man Gabe. What are your thoughts and grade on the story of WandaVision?
I thought the story was great. I think I echo Amanda in many ways, because I do think it fell apart in the last episode, but I think the story itself was great. It was just a bit of the execution on the last episode, but the story was great. The character motivations, everything was put together really, really well. The way they were like slowly hinting and something's happening, something's wrong, but you don't know what it is, and it just progressed. So I think story-wise, it's top notch. It's probably its best part. So I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow. Okay, man, that's pretty high. Whoa, okay, that's pretty high. But let's just go over to Deebs. What are your thoughts, opinions on the story of WandaVision season 1 or series 1, whichever one you want to consider it. Deebs, we can hear you.
Whoops. Tony, we are
Just
live.
me.
So, it's been a long day. I've been up since like 3:30. We are live. If you have any questions or like comments, grades, throw it all in the comment section. We'll be here. We've got Amanda Stan here. So what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Yeah. So I mean, these are definitely two different stories. I think WandaVision was really good in its own way. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was clearly more cinema based. For WandaVision, though, I think there was a clear beginning, middle, and end. I think, and I thought the payoff was much more satisfying. I thought the final moments of WandaVision were excellent. Wanda and Vision like hugging each other. It was just an amazing moment. I think WandaVision was just top to bottom better, more fresh, more of a thought out story. I'm giving WandaVision a 9 out of 10.
Man, you guys really, really made me think about the WandaVision story and how much I really did like it at the end of the day. I do agree it does have its flaws, and around the 7th, 8th, maybe 9th episode, depending on who you are, that's when it really, I wouldn't want to say fall apart, but that's when the cracks started to show their face a little bit. And I think that's a general consensus when we all think about the season or series finale to this show, is it just felt like it wrapped up too fast and nothing seemed like it was earned. There was cool paid off moments, but it just happened so fast. I don't think a lot of us had the time to digest what happened, simply because we know this was going straight into Multiverse of Madness that comes out next March. But other than the ending of this season, I thought it did a really good job at engaging the audience every single week and keeping us on the heels, because that's something that I would give this show over Falcon and the Winter Soldier any day. At least the show got the internet raging and pretty much talking every single week. And say what you want about how it was done, it did it well enough for people to keep coming back and having the same discussion about something else regarding the show. I really liked how they touched on Wanda's depression and grief with losing Vision twice in one movie, and then she dies after she witnesses, or gets dusted after she witnesses his death. She comes back and she's like, wait a second, the android I just loved died like a second ago to me, but it's been 5 years. So there's so many different emotions that they have to handle throughout the show, and I think they did it really well. I'm gonna give the story a 9 out of 10 for WandaVision. But I think when it comes to Marvel projects in general, we just think of high class visual effects and CGI in the show. I just really love what they did with Scarlett's outfit and her powers this season. I definitely think they gave her a little bit more freedom with the way she does her magic-y moves. I don't know like if they have like a real word for them, but yeah, her little voodoo of the mastic arts. I think they got like some weird linguist to come in to work her. Okay, I'm not even gonna continue that. But you know what? That's besides the point. I know a lot of people give the season finale again slack for kind of having that really red background, and it did kind of look like a CGI fest. But everything between episode 1 and 8, I thought was pretty fantastic. And throughout the entire show, we know that pretty much the first 6 episodes are based off of a decade of sitcoms. And watching the behind the scenes series that they do for the show, watching them just construct the Dick Van Dyke Show episodes alone was super impressive. They went back to the old ways of how to do practical effects, and everything was wired. And they used the CG to like cut it out and use those weird little sparkle glowers to come up like it was a 1950s or 40s commercial. So I really like those touches of aesthetic they used with the visual effects. But like I said, the season finale is where it seems like all the money for the visual effects went, because it was the big boss battle. You had Vision on Vision, Agatha on Wanda, you had Billy and Tommy with their powers, you had Monica, like so many different powers coming into play in this one episode in this giant climactic battle. And I don't think it relatively paid off well. I'm going to give the visuals a 7 out of 10 for this show. I'm going to go straight to Gabe. What are your thoughts on the visuals in WandaVision?
Fantastic. I mean, they found a way to honor like old TV shows and also keep the aesthetic of the MCU on the small screen, which I didn't know how they would do that because usually watch a TV show and just framed very different from the way a movie's framed, and yet the MCU, with exception being made to the Netflix shows, it's usually very consistent the way it looks. So they managed to do that, and they just like there were several episodes in the latter part of the series where just like jumped around between what's happening in the God, what's the name? The Hex, and what's happening outside of the Hex, and it's just like it was great. 10 out of 10.
No, yeah, honestly, super agree. What about you, Deebs? What are your thoughts on the visuals of WandaVision?
There we go. All right. Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing?
I'm doing multiple things.
He's doing the math, bro. Let him do the math.
Crunch the numbers.
You gotta crack them,
Dave.
God,
I can't.
mathematicians. Did you not know this?
I think the visuals for WandaVision really stood out. Did you guys watch like the behind the scenes making of WandaVision?
So cool.
That was like, because you like coming into this show, like I remember talking about this week to week, and I think we were like week like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know, and like we knew the budget of this show. We were like, when is it going to drop? When is all these like major CGI effects going to drop? It happened in the finale, but when you watch that behind the scenes special, I think that's when it really truly shined. Like the attention to detail was absolutely outrageous. So I give a lot of respect here to WandaVision. I thought it was really strong. And make sure you guys watch that behind the scenes on Disney Plus. I'm going 8.5 for visuals out of 10 for WandaVision.
All right, before we move on to Amanda, Deebs, I'm so sorry for making you crank the numbers again, but can you bring my score up to an 8 now? Because listening to you and Gabe talking about it, I'm just like, damn, they're right. It was really good, especially the way they implemented it in every single decade. So just crank that number up to an 8. Do your little mathematician shit. We're all good. But Amanda, what are your thoughts?
I need like Hugh Jackman behind me, like doing this.
Bro, just like the Cinespection intro, bro. Where
and then dancing.
Exactly. Oh my god. Oh, Christ.
Amanda hasn't seen Swordfish. You haven't seen Swordfish, have you?
I haven't. I'm really sorry. I have not.
you
I
should
should. I should watch it. For me, the visuals were fantastic. Like Dive said, watching the documentary, you really understand what they did for the sitcom era. And I really love seeing what they did with Dick Van Dyke in each set, and Bewitched, and then the Brady Bunch. I love the first 3 episodes more than anything. It's so different than the MCU in general, and that's what I was like hoping for the entire thing. Anyways, that's completely separate. But I thought it was really well done, the special effects. I am giving it a 7 out of 10 just because of the finale. I did think the fight between Wanda and Agatha looked a bit wonky, and it was just weird because they were just like throwing stuff at each other, and you knew it looked bad. In my opinion, it looked bad, but the way that her final form came was like beautiful. I thought that was awesome, but I am going to give it a 7 out of 10 because there were elements where the magic looked bad in certain instances, or else the practical effects were like top notch for me.
You fools! This isn't even my final form.
Honestly, it might not be once we get to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I might want to hold off on that. But you know what? This is when I think it's gonna get really hot. Is we got some memorable moments to talk about, people. This is a big one, and I'm gonna say straight away, my grade is 10 out of 10. Every week, it was just a straight banger of a cliffhanger, whether it paid off well or not. With Quicksilver becoming a boner joke, like it or not, I'm just like, bro, they really did not just flex on our hearts like that. But you know what? I give this show a lot of credit because every single week, we did have these topics to go back to, because I think when we were doing the suit up on that, all of our episodes were at least an hour to an hour and a half, and more of them lean more to an hour and a half. It just seemed like every week there was so much to talk about because every little bit of information they gave you, even big or small, it led us to not believe, but come up with these theories that really didn't come true, or hopefully not yet. Maybe we still got Multiverse of Madness. But like I said, we got the Scarlet Witch reveals of her outfit. I really liked it. I like the way they revealed it with the Mind Stone little reveal in episode 8, and then she came down in the next episode, and it was kind of the like, I don't know how to call it, like that religious figure type posture they do. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Zack Snyder does it all the time.
Yeah, this is
Zack Snyder does it all the time. Zack Snyder does it all the time.
Let's not bring him up, please. Thank you.
Daddy Snyder. But you know what? I don't want to ruin all the memorable moments for you guys to talk about. I'm gonna leave it at 10 out of 10. Deebs, I know you're a little antsy about this. I'm gonna go straight to you, man.
Like you said, Ryan, I'm built on making predictions, making theories. Like that is literally like my favorite part of all these shows. And this show brought so many epic moments going week to week, making predictions. This was the best, like, since Game of Thrones, looking back, like Lost. Like I really had a blast just like trying to predict. It was unlike Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I went on to Gabe's show and I predicted the entire show like after week 1. But I mean, talk about good moments like the final farewell. I said it already. The Vision and Wanda like holding each other. You are my sadness and my hope, but mostly my love. Like there's just so many great moments. You have Agatha versus Wanda in the final fight. The costume reveal. Her cementing Scarlet Witch cementing as the mightiest Avenger. That was awesome stuff. I'm going WandaVision a 9 out of 10 on my end.
And how could I forget about the most infamous quote? If you're not in pain, if you're in pain, that means love is persevering or something like that.
What is love without persevering?
Wait, what?
Yeah, what is love
what
without
is love?
persevering?
No, it's what is
what is love without pain? No, fuck.
Yeah, what is grief?
What is grief without love?
There you go.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Bro, teamwork makes the
Look at
dream
you
work.
changing the lines.
No, we are,
spent
bro.
months coming up with those lines. Just like
I feel no. One intern was like high as a kite in that room, and then he was like, "You know what? This is
No. I don't know what. But let's just go to you, man.
I didn't know Ryan was your intern.
See? There it worked. That's it.
Ryan, were you an intern in WandaVision?
Oh no.
He's speechless.
I signed a contract. That's all I can tell you.
Christ, I
signed a contract, bro. I know all the Marvel secrets. Reed Richards was the engineer. They fucking fooled you in this show. They pulled Ralph Boner on you, just reverse this time. But Amanda, what are some of the most memorable moments? And
let me correct all of you because you were wrong.
Man, here we go.
The quote is, "What is grief if not love persevering?"
I was half right.
See,
bro,
it was somewhere within that realm, though.
We both got it. It's okay. We both got it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you said one word, and of course it was within that realm.
I mean, yeah, bro. That's how it works. That's how the milkshakes get made. That's how I function. I don't know about her.
But you first said love is perseverance, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Then I said grief, and then love persevering, and then bada bing, bada boom, we got the line.
And we still said it backwards, but that's
we did. But it's okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
And I will say, I want to finish my thought. I love that we didn't get Mephisto, and I'm really happy that in WandaVision they kept it simple about Wanda and Vision. I really enjoyed, I was so sure that Mephisto was gonna make his appearance in the MCU, and man, I was glad to be wrong because the writers did it right. They did not sell out. They made it about Wanda. They made it about Vision. I get 9 out of 10.
Damn, I felt that.
Are you disappointed that the only Mephisto on the big screen has been in Ghost Rider?
Yeah, a little bit.
My God.
Well, I mean, I'm a big Blade fan. So, I thought this was the first doorway open, literally pun intended, to getting into the demons and vampires. I thought this was Like, could you imagine like a Jimmy Woo like X-Files series where they're like driving around in their like Scooby-Doo bus and like cracking?
You mean Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season
Yeah,
1?
but better.
Yeah, but better. Yeah.
It'd be so fun. It'd be so fun, but it didn't happen. But regardless, it was really well done.
No, yeah, definitely. But Manda, what are some of your memorable moments? What would you grade it?
Ooh, Agatha all along, point blank. Like it was just perfect. That reveal was perfect. And the thing is that we all kind of had a feeling that it was going to be her.
No, we all knew. We
No,
didn't
so
have a
I'm
feeling.
saying we had a feeling because then when the
No.
reveal happened, whatever, it was just executed so well that like even though we predicted it,
Are you 12? Are you 12 years old?
No, I didn't say anything. I literally didn't say anything.
even though we predicted it, the execution was so well done, unlike the other show that we watched. That one was great. Evan Peters coming like back was just unreal for me. I hated the like Ralph Boner period. I hated that entire thing. I hated it. But Evan Peters, that moment alone, holy shit, it was amazing. And then I think it was episode 5 and 6 was just, yes, we know that it was better than that reveal. And we'll get into that. We'll get into that because then I'm going to rant. But those two moments really stuck out to me. Monica getting her powers was really emotional. And I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was excellent. And it was still like such a big moment in such a small scale television show. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 for memorable moments.
Got it.
Wow, that's the highest grade you've given so far.
I know.
Wow.
Wow.
Like, I didn't. Oh. Anyway, Gabe, hit us with your hot takes right now with the memorable moments and your grade, good sir.
No, the hot takes are going to start with Falcon and the Winter
No, I
Soldier.
know.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm building it up.
I'm watching you.
No, I mean here I think the show was made up of memorable
Bro, she
moments.
does.
Like it was we hinted at it on the visuals. Also the songs every week were super memorable. Like every week, like how are they going to do The Office or Modern Family, and how are they going to do the 80s? The 80s song was the best one.
Malcolm
And
in
they
the
talked
Middle.
about it. Yeah, that one was great too. They talked about the 80s one a lot on the behind the scenes documentary. I thought it was great. Like this show was made of moments. A Ralph Boner moment, however infuriating it was for some people, it made me laugh because I was just like, for real, you know. But also it is funny. Stop writing that it isn't funny. It was funny. I mean, there are some jokes. There are some jokes that never get old, and Boner jokes is one of them.
Boner jokes are not funny. When you have such an emotional television show and then you put that in there, it just ruins it.
You know, I believe humor is
Well,
subjective.
I'm hurt.
I found it
It
funny.
is. Comedy is personal. Yes, I understand. I get it. Sorry. I'm just saying.
Anyway, I mean, I would have given it a 10, but you guys are being way rougher, so I guess I'll
Bro,
just give it a
what?
9. I mean, it's just, what other moments did you
I
want?
gave it a 10.
It was, oh, great, okay, 10. Because I wouldn't change a thing in the moments. It was Agatha all along, and he wasn't singing that. Or what's her face, winking? Like, that became a GIF everywhere. You know, I'm from Mexico, and I follow a bunch of Mexicans, you know, and Twitter, Facebook, all that. Everybody was tweeting there. Everybody, because it just became a cultural thing. Like, the show is all about the moments, and every episode had one, at least one. The what if, even the quote that you guys keep quoting wrong, that was a memorable moment. You know, like even the last episode, which was, you know, a bit underwhelming, had the Boner joke, and it had the costume reveal, and the comic book accurate costumes worked amazing. Even Quicksilver showing up in his comic book accurate costume was really funny. Like everything was good in the moment side. So 10.
I'm like Gabe's take on Agatha along. That was not good, man. You need to bring back.
It is like this.
Like you called
It was Agatha all along.
You called
Is that what you're gonna be for Halloween?
Oh my God! You have to do it now. You
You gotta do it.
I would go as Agatha for Halloween.
Your Godzilla impression was way better. Your Godzilla. You called the Texas?
Well, you mean the coffee? The coffee?
Guys, listen up.
Jesus.
No,
Right, wait, Gabe, you got a 10, right?
Yeah, he got a 10. He got a 10.
Oof.
Listen up, people. Marvel movies are known for a lot of things, and rewatchability for at least 20 out of the 23 films are one of them. And I want to ask you guys all a very important question on this show tonight. How rewatchable is this? And you know what? I'm gonna start off with Deebs. How rewatchable is this for you, buddy?
All right, so I this is probably a hot take, but I don't think it's that rewatchable. Like I feel like the biggest moments you could probably watch like on YouTube, easy, like probably within, I'm talking 10 minutes. So whereas like I'm excited to like rewatch like Falcon and Winter Soldier as a whole. I haven't done it yet. I've got a lot going on, but I will, and I'm excited to do that just to kind of, get my true final thoughts on that. I know, Gabe. We'll get there.
We were watching Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Hey, shh. No.
I'm just teasing. I'll say something differently.
WandaVision is just not that rewatchable. Like not having that like unpredictability about it. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. I don't know, guys. I what did I give it here? Hold on. I think I gave it a 7. Yep, a 7 out of 10 on my end.
Whoa. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna line us back up real quick. You know what? I'm gonna agree with Deebs. I don't find myself itching to go back for this show, but ultimately, I really think it's how they decided to really format this show. Their whole idea is to get 6-hour movies out of this show. So they're either going to be in the 9 episodes that we got with like WandaVision, where they're around 25, 35 minutes long, but 9 episodes, or we go the Falcon and the Winter Soldier path with 6 50-hour long episodes. And I think I've said this so many times on the show when we were talking about this weekly. This could have easily been 6 episodes. They could have meshed every other episode together. So for every second episode makes 1 episode. And I think that's where, I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave the rewatchability at 6.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. We coming in spicy. You know what? Hit us with their hot takes, Amanda.
Okay, here's the thing. I know a lot of people, when the episodes aired, they would go back and rewatch the episodes. Like I did not do that for WandaVision. I did do that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like if episode 1 aired, I'd watch it like 3 times the following week. Gabe, do not yawn. I know it's exhausting for you to hear this, but it's the truth. With WandaVision though, I kind of feel like we didn't really need the show for like linking to the MCU in the films, just because like if Wanda appears in Doctor Strange in like full form, I would have been like, oh, okay, like I buy that, that's fine. So the thing is that I'm not going to go back to watch this entire character arc just because like I already know, and there's no mystery. And like Dibe said, like you're predicting each and every week, so like it's kind of like done. There's no point. What is Gabe with the lovers?
It would be what is Gabe but love?
Yes, but love persevering.
So I am love persevering. Love for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Jesus Christ.
What did you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I don't see myself going back to watch it. I just don't, there's nothing there for me. And like Dad said, you can find like a compilation video on YouTube with the best moments, and that's it. Like, I can't go back and watch it. I just refuse at this point. Because I just got mad with it. So. I felt like it was pointless at the end. Like it was like, okay, cool, she's in another form.
You praise the form for being a good moment. You're not making any sense, man. Why do you do this? Why do you do this?
I can say that it's a good moment, but then not go back and watch it until she's like in Doctor Strange. But
you said you were underwhelmed. It's just I need consistency in the show. They told me this was going to be a consistent show. That's why I'm here.
I'm not going to go back and watch it. If I like something and say these were great memorable moments, then I'm just going to go watch the memorable moments. I'm not going to go back and watch.
Think about what you grade this show then at the end. That's all I'm going to say.
I will.
Yeah, I would hope you would at least. But that's completely beside your point, sweetheart. Gabe, hit us home because, man, I know you're very passionate. You got that fire burning in your soul. You're ready to just give Amanda the information and facts. Lay it on us.
Facts, consistency, love persevering. Okay.
You said it wrong.
I actually think I agree with most of you. I used to watch the show every week. I would watch it twice because there were short episodes and I was so intrigued and everything. But the other day I got on a plane for a pretty long flight and I had in my iPad, I got the whole series of WandaVision, the behind the scenes documentary, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I was like, I'm going to rewatch WandaVision because I loved it so much, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't get through it. Like, I watched the first two, and then I was just like, yeah, I mean, I'll watch it later. I still love it, but I ended up watching the documentary, and that was pretty good. And I rewatched some of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff, and we'll get to that eventually. So it's not as rewatchable without when you know what's happening. So, and that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it doesn't make it a bad show or anything. It's just not, in that sense, ideal. So I would give it a 6.5.
6.5. Wow, I thought I was hard. I thought I was being harsh. Wow. Okay.
No, you clearly have not met us, but that's besides the point. You know what, guys? You know what? I'm just going to go straight to Amanda on this question because she really has to put some thought into this. And she knows I will go after her if it's not what she said earlier. So, Amanda, what are your thoughts about the show in general, and how would you grade the series overall? And remember, wisely, remember what you said earlier.
Okay. I completely forgot what I said earlier. Anyways, it was a great character piece for Wanda. That's the whole point of the show. We get to see her backstory. We get to see what's going on in her head, the way she's feeling emotionally. And I think all of that was great, again, in the first half of this season. And she was the best character. She was the strongest character. And as much as I love Monica Rambeau, like, she was obviously sidelined, but I enjoyed her development as well. But it's just the fact that seeing Vision die again for like the fourth time, and then her going through that and saying we'll meet again and all of that, like, the great emotional moments. But for me, it just feels kind of pointless. It's like she came, how can I put this? She was broken. She mended herself, she mended her soul, her mind, and everything, and then she's a fully formed person. Whereas, like, if we saw her from like the end, like at the end of Endgame, and then we just saw her again in like Doctor Strange, then I wouldn't have minded just going straight to that instead of having a show. But it's still a strong display for Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany and their chemistry and all of that. And we got some experimental elements at the beginning of the series. So as a whole, was it my favorite? Was it entertaining watching everyone go crazy with predictions every single week? Hell yeah. Having
Everybody,
these discussions.
Same.
Dude, I thought Al Pacino was going to show up as Mephisto. Like, let's not go there. This is all it's all his fault, okay? It's literally all his fault. Okay?
It's Pacino's fault?
No. It's Dive's fault. I would watch every single week, and I'm like, oh,
damn
God.
you, Pacino.
Another prediction. Like, it just, oh my God, the predictions ruined everything for me, but it was still exciting and fun. But I did give it a 6 out of 10 on my initial review on my YouTube channel, so I am going to stick with a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'm going next because I got some things to say. So
wow.
Nah, bro. Okay.
Maybe a 7. No, I'm going to change it to a 7.
No. You
No.
You know why? Wait.
No. You said that's exactly what you rated it when the show ended.
Wait, can I
No.
Listen to me carefully.
When I
did the review, it was literally like a couple of days after I watched it. Then when I actually processed it, it wasn't as bad.
You just said you agreed with it.
I know, but now I feel bad that I gave it a 6.
You should feel bad. But
I'm gonna give it a 7.
No.
Ryan, I'm gonna give it a 7. Dives put a 7.
I appeal that you cannot change your mind in the show. That is not how it works. You gave it a 6. Commit. Amanda, we need you to commit.
Okay, I'll commit to a 6. Shit, fine. Sorry.
There we go.
That's how we do it here.
Like it. Okay.
Commitment.
So going on to what you said before about how you could kind of go from the end of Endgame, pun intended, to the beginning of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, when you completely missed the entire point of the show. Then the entire point of not only her show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and a big portion of these Disney Plus TV shows is setting up their comic book characters, bro. No, if you got it, you wouldn't have been like.
But that doesn't mean that I have to like it, though. I don't understand that. Like, yeah, her reveal was great, but I just.
Amanda, you don't have to like it.
No, but
you
we
don't
still.
Have to like it.
I understand. I'm just saying we knew that she was the Scarlet Witch, so it's just like I understand that they're kind of like going back and fixing the fact that they can use the name now. That's all it was, or else they could have like given her a new outfit and be like, yeah, she's actually the Scarlet Witch. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? The whole process of that is like of her becoming the Scarlet Witch, but she was always the Scarlet Witch.
No one's going against that.
But that's what. But
Here's
that's
the
for
thing.
me. Like that's the whole process in the series. That
here's
I'm just
the
like,
thing.
I didn't feel anything for Wanda at all.
Yes, here's the thing. I think you knew she was the Scarlet Witch because you read comic books and you know what's going on. But like random ass people had no idea who the Scarlet Witch was, and I believe that was a mistake on the show's part to sort of the big reveal on episode whatever next to last was like, and you are the Scarlet Witch. It's like, what the hell does that mean?
It's like we knew.
You did.
I
Other
know,
people
but
were just like,
yes,
what the hell
but
is that?
But I hate that they spelled it. I understand, but I hate that they had to spell it out for the general audience. Like, what if they're not? What if they don't watch WandaVision?
General audience.
I understand, but it's just annoying. It's annoying.
General audience.
Whatever.
We are all angry for different
annoying.
reasons, but everybody's angry.
I'm not angry. I'm just talking.
I'm just saying that's what. Listen. Between WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, for me, I've said this since day one, it's all about preference and who you love as a character. And that's just me personally, because I have no attachment to Wanda even after the show. And that's sad because there are such strong emotional moments with Wanda, but I just don't, there's just something off. I didn't connect with her, and that's it. That's it. Just saying.
That's weird because you get attached to nothing characters like Bucky Barnes.
But that's preference for me, that I have read the comics, I have watched friggin' from the beginning, and I was invested in his character and his connection to Steve and Sam. So just that's personal for me because I know more about them. That's just me.
The real question is, did you feel for a woman fucking a robot or having a consensual relationship with a robot? You're telling me,
I didn't.
You're telling me you did not dig the relationship between.
I never cared. I thought they were fun.
There is not an ounce within your soul that didn't like a single bit of Wanda and Vision themselves.
As a couple. Were fun. Did you just hear what I said? I said they were fun, but they're like the emotional attachment is just not there.
I heard that's.
That's it. I'm saying they're fun. They had great chemistry. It really worked in the first half, and then it just kind of fizzled for me in the second half. I've been saying that. I'm sorry. You guys know I don't like WandaVision as much as you guys do. I'm not saying it's a terrible show. I'm just saying I didn't like it.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate it?
What?
Because it didn't have Bucky Barnes.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't have enough Bucky Barnes.
Bucky Buchanan Barnes. Didn't have enough Bucky Buchanan Barnes and Samuel Wilsons.
Oh, whatever.
You gotta say spitting like Bucky Barnes.
Jesus.
Yes, just all over the camera.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's
sorry,
it.
spelled with 2 R's, not 2 W's.
I'm
but that's besides
sorry, okay? Shit.
Amanda, can you give me like a minute to talk about my thoughts on WandaVision, please?
No.
Gosh, okay.
Nah.
Anyway, like I was saying,
always taking the spotlight, Amanda.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Gosh, man. Huh.
I'll stay quiet. Go ahead.
Please don't. Please do not.
Thank God.
Please do not.
Nah, we'll mute you next time.
Get Amanda. Get him.
We'll mute you next time.
I will stay quiet was just so like sweet, like ooh.
I'm so sorry. Bro, hold up. Bro, it just hit me. Does Vision go incognito mode?
What?
Does Vision go into incognito mode? Does he go into incognito mode?
Like invisible? Do you mean invisible? Like is that
just so we know we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Are you talking like Google Chrome incognito?
No, like actually being incognito, like you can't be seen.
Like invisible?
Invisible.
Yeah,
Most humans would say invisible.
Yeah, but
I have
I
no
want to,
idea where
bro.
it's going.
Clearly, you don't read my Twitter timeline, but that's besides the point.
Yes, I do.
No, you
And
don't.
we're always
because
confused, right?
No,
That's
because
why.
nah, I was literally making fun of people using fancy words to get their point across, and
To be
I was just
fair-
trying to do.
Yes, I get what you're saying, but to be fair, Amanda's Twitter feed is more confusing than yours.
Yes, ha!
Yeah, this is like,
It's because I'm vague.
sometimes he just says, "I can't." OMG.
She's trying not
You
to hurt
can't
any
what?
of your followers' feelings.
It's because I'm vague, and then if you feel like you've done something wrong, then that's on you.
So she wants to make all of her Twitter followers feel bad, pretty much.
No.
That's really what it seems like. For
Nah.
being suspicious. Wait, Mandy, stop taking us off track, bro. Come on, we're talking about WandaVision. You know what? I'm gonna leave
Wasn't
it
on
short.
me.
I'm gonna leave it short and simple, unlike Manda's explanation. I
Yeah,
really
that's
like the show. I really like the action. The visual effects were great, and it had a great amount of memorable moments, and it got me excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So you know what? Ooh. I'm giving WandaVision an 8.75.
What? All right.
Yes.
Awfully specific. Why
Bro,
do you guys
I don't
do
care.
that?
Why do you want to mess
Five
with
zero.
Dives? Wow, that's rude. You
'Cause
just
he's the one
messed up the
punching the
math.
numbers.
That's just so rude.
No, coming from you. You know what, Gabe? Let's go on to you, my man. General thoughts about the entire series as a whole and your grade.
I would have loved to say that this series was flawless. It wasn't. It was the last episode. I think it just failed to close things out. It made me feel like I watched an 8 or 9 whatever episode trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is not what this show deserved. It had better writers, it had better actors, it had better story concepts, ideas. I would have loved to give it a 10 out of 10. And that's where I thought it was going. Like John and I on Cinespectre were just like the next to last episode, we were just like, this is like, it's going all in. It's going to close out perfectly. And then it closed out with CGI people fighting against each other and, some teases to what's coming next. And that was pretty disappointing to me. So I decided to give it an 8.5 out of 10 because I think I unlike most people, I tried to remember the journey. So like everybody hates Game of Thrones, blah, blah, blah. Well, but you liked 90% of Game of Thrones, right? So to that point, I give it an 8.5. Pretty good grade in my view.
Nah, that's an awful grade. Hate to disappoint you.
Or should I do what you guys do and say 8.7.3? Or
I know.
No.
8.7,
Ryan does that.
3.3.
Ryan does that. Let's make that clear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ryan does it.
Sorry. You're always blaming me, bro. But you know what? Deebs, hit us home for WandaVision. What are your final thoughts and grade?
I think it's important, like when you start talking about a show, my expectations going into WandaVision were like here, and it just like surpassed all of them by the end of the season. Ryan and I did our MCU rankings, and we were both really low on Captain Marvel. And the fact that, one of the greatest success stories of WandaVision is the fact that it made me so much more interested in the Marvels coming out with Photon and Kamala Khan. Like, I had zero interest in seeing that movie coming out, Captain Marvel 2. The fact that we have that building up into that, that needs to be said. And this show just blew me away week to week. Like we already touched on it. I probably won't watch it again, but like I absolutely loved, creating theories and debating with all of everyone here, and it was just a blast. So I give it a 9. I think this is a strong 9, and I think it proved, just like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that Marvel clicks when it's tackling adult themes like WandaVision. And I think what made WandaVision separate itself from Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the best moment was Wanda and Vision, whereas in contrast, it was the side characters. The side characters killed it. In here, I thought Elizabeth Olsen, I thought Vision, Paul Bettany, I thought they absolutely killed it. And sometimes less is more, and that's what I love about WandaVision. So I'm going 9 out of 10.
It's true.
Okay, guys. Just want to say, take your seatbelts, buckle the fuck up. Because Now is when the real conversation starts after 45 minutes. Just want to say that. just buckle it up
My
and just
fault.
get ready to go fast. 3 miles an hour fast. Going down the block, almost get a trip over a piece of marble. God, watch out. But you know what? Now we're here talking about the Falcon. Nope, not the Falcon. Captain fucking America and the not so white wolf. But you know what? That's besides the point.
I would say not so wolf.
Wow,
but
just
not so wolf.
great. Yeah, well, yeah, Gabe, you really hit it on the head with that one. Good job. Okay.
Why is he a wolf? Why is he a wolf? What about
Because that's
Oh.
what Wakanda said, bro. God, that's what Wakanda said. No, come
Holy
on.
shit.
Fair.
Oof. My
Don't question the
God.
Wakandans. The Dora Milaje, don't question them. Boop, boop, boop. Wash his hand away. You know what? But you know what? We got a lot to talk about. This is a very different show. Almost the exact opposite of what WandaVision was. WandaVision was setting up this sequel, that sequel, this show, that show, this character, that character, this side character. Fuck, this rat we saw in one shot. They're setting up everything in that show, but this show is going back to its roots, where it grew from the ground into what it is now. And you know what that is? That's going back to the down and gritty world of what we know as our world. You know, really felt that, didn't you? But you know what? This show gives us so much when it comes to story. This is our first glimpse into a post-blip world. Take that as you want, because I would say for me, that was the most indifferent thing, was how they wrapped up the Flag Smashers storyline. If you guys watched me, Deebs, Low, and AJ talk about the season finale a few weeks ago on this, we all kind of agreed that the Flag Smashers should have just gotten smashed like in the 3rd episode. Honestly, I would have smashed that flag real fucking fast if I was whichever Captain America was, because I get the message they were trying to go for. I just don't think it really worked out at the end of the day. I think they needed to really devote to a specific storyline. I think they were trying to juggle too much within these 6 episodes between John Walker, Sam, Bucky, if you want to say he had a storyline, Zemo, and the Flag Smashers, all within six episodes, and they're the average 50 minutes with the infamous 25-hour end credits at the end. Yeah, dude, I just don't think it really hit home with the Flag Smashers. Like I said before, they needed to focus on either them or John Walker, and I felt like John Walker was the stronger part of the TV show. I thought he was great all the way up until the season finale. That's what Wakanda said, bro. Yes, that's
Do
bro. Whenever we start selling merch, that's gonna be one of our quotes. That's what
Do
Wakanda
it.
said.
That's
I'm
so
telling
funny.
you. And so when it comes to John Walker, I really enjoyed what they did with him in the first 5 episodes, and then they pulled a complete 180 reversal all of a sudden in that last episode. They tried like explaining it and thinking that it made sense in like the little documentary that they showed afterwards. But at the end of the day, I still don't think the Flag Smashers really worked. I don't think it really went with any of the ideologies or philosophy that the show is really dealing with when it comes to Sam's side. And the Isaiah Bradley stuff I thought was fantastic, and they needed to touch a little bit more on. But I still think with the amount of time that they gave that story arc, I still think it was pretty much perfect in my eye. I'm going to give the story alone a 8 out of 10. I'm going to be a little generous on this one. Let's go to Gabe because I want the fighting to commence.
Here we go.
What is it? Gabe, hit us with the facts.
8 was extremely generous. The story, what story? What story?
Yeah.
Like this show, it starts with a 20-minute action sequence where they spent all their money, and the action sequence has no stakes. Nothing happens. They're chasing after a bad guy from another movie who only comes back in the end, so they have somebody to fight against. And then the Flag Smashers make 0 sense. We have no idea what they want. I still don't know what they want. And I don't need a documentary to explain it to me. It doesn't make any sense. Also, you spend like over an hour talking about somebody's boat or something. And it's like, I have no fucking clue. Because nobody cares about the boat. It's completely irrelevant. And then that scene where the therapist makes them like talk to each other. That's incredibly stupid, and it takes them like 10 minutes, and then nothing comes from it because the relationship is the same before and after that whole thing. So it's I mean, the only thing worse than the story are the characters, and there's a couple of characters that are pretty good, which I'll get into in the moment section, I guess. I mean, this is a nothing storyline. It's a nothing storyline. It's saved by some good action sequences and a couple of great themes. I thought thematically it had good things, but just as a story, it's a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Come zooming in. What are you, the
It's
Flash or some shit?
I feel bad. I feel bad with Dives, not with Manda,
No,
because
no,
Manda. You just trashed
just-
WandaVision. You just trashed WandaVision.
Because I knew you were gonna trash Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so like I had this loaded, my guy.
You didn't do it intentionally.
No, I had this loaded from before. You guys knew how I felt about WandaVision. Like,
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did. I always said it. I was very underwhelmed with the whole
I did
series.
Bro,
not
who
think.
tells you we
I
listen?
thought you liked it more. I thought you liked it more.
It was
I'm not
okay.
kidding. Being honest, I
No,
thought you
like-
liked it more.
No, seriously, Gabe. The thing is that like I'm afraid to talk about it, so I just don't talk about it. That's why.
No,
So it
be like
happened.
me. Just go for it. Just go for it.
Nah.
Bro,
I
you're
can't.
afraid to talk about WandaVision?
Yeah, I told you that. Yeah.
Bro, wait, what?
I stopped talking about it the second the finale aired. I'm like, I'm done.
Right.
I ain't talking about it because I want to.
Bro,
That's it.
I just find it hard to believe that you're nervous about talking WandaVision, but you could talk like Snyder Cut day
That's
in and
right.
day out.
That's right.
It
can't.
blows my fucking mind, bro. It
Because
blows my mind.
whatever.
But you know what? Since you're already talking, you might as well give us your thoughts on the story because you think this is a gift from God, apparently.
I actually agree with Gabe. Like, I'm sorry, but I do. I'm not. As much as I
Yeah,
love
maybe
these
be sorry.
characters, as
Wait,
much
is
as
this
I.
working?
As much as I love these characters, this story was just messy as hell. It was all over the place. I still can't tell you what actually happened other than the fact that Sam became Captain America.
Am I the only one who can tell people what actually happened, by the way?
Yeah, but if you
Because-
did,
bro,
there's
but-
multiple storylines though. That's
But
why
it's
like
not
it
that hard
just.
to understand.
But I don't care for it. It was very messy, and the execution
I
was
didn't care
terrible.
for it either, but
But I'm saying it was terrible. The way I look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
I know how you look at it.
this is only Sam's story. And the more I think of it, every single episode, the buildup for Sam Wilson alone as his character, that's why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 just for like Sam's storyline, or else the Flag Smashers, John Walker, freaking, what's her name? I forgot her name
Wait,
now.
you didn't like John Walker?
I don't care for it. It was too rushed the way it was executed. Like you said at the very beginning of this, like he was supposed to be this baddie that this villain that we're supposed to have, especially the blood on the damn shield. Like, are you kidding me? And we're supposed to like him. The actual like directors and the writers said that they wanted us to like him at the end of this show in 6 episodes, and you do that episode 4. Like, that's wrong to me. So yeah, if you like his characterization, sick. He's a very complex character, very enjoyable to watch, but at the same time, like the way we saw him at the end just didn't make any sense. There were rushed storylines, there were too many storylines, too many side characters trying to friggin', it was like overstuffed. So I remove all of that because at the end of the day, I'm only there for Sam Wilson, and if his story was properly executed and it was written well, okay, in him becoming Captain America, then that's all I really care about at the end of the day. But as writing for the entire series, this storyline was like a 5 out of 10 because it was so messy and the execution was really poor at the end of the day.
You know, the way Zach is describing the show, I feel like that's what Kevin Feige told them. Like, this is what you're gonna do.
He needs to be capped.
So,
He needs to be somewhere within the
Yeah.
universe.
Bucky
Wherever
has
the
to
fuck
be
you
in
wanna
it
put him.
because we have a few more projects and what's his face's contract. John Walker, yeah, we got to get Kurt Russell's son in there somewhere. So just like put him in there, and then Sharon. No, I guess we forgot about Sharon. Just put her in there. That is what they had.
Nah,
That's
bro,
what they
Power
Did
Broker.
that with WandaVision too.
Ah!
Yeah,
Yes,
but I
WandaVision,
feel
they
it
got
was
actually
executed.
talented.
Yeah, and it
And
was
WandaVision
executed
is talented
properly.
people coming up with creative ways to talk about not
Yeah.
really important characters. It's
It was
That's
executed
talent.
well. Like that's the difference. And you placed the characters properly and you gave them enough screen time where it's understandable how it would fit into the storyline. Whereas with this one, it's like, let's see how many people we can fit into one episode, which was like the Dora, John Walker, Battlestar, friggin' Flag Smashers, Sharon Carter. You had like that was in one freaking
Zemo.
episode. Zemo, like you had that in one episode. Carly, like that's just insane. You put
Ayo,
all
or
that,
what's her name? What the Wakandan lady? Ayo.
yeah, Io, and she
yeah.
like I love that episode. Don't get me wrong, that's different, but they did overstuff it where you kind of lose the essence of each character, and you don't really care for like majority of them because it's like, well, you didn't give them enough time to breathe. Sorry, I get passionate
No,
about their
you
show.
You should totally be sorry. It's fine. You should totally be sorry. But I think I said this after WandaVision. I felt like what was going to happen with this show is they were going to do the opposite. They were not going to have enough episodes what they were trying to do. Story wise. And honestly, I think that there's really a simple way to fix this is drop one of the storylines. One or at least the power broker, and drop one of the main 3 storylines and focus on another 2. Like I would have personally rather have gone on a show or movie adventure with the Isaiah Bradley storyline and the John Walker storyline.
100%.
I felt like John Walker just felt like more natural as the villain or the antagonist of the show, just because he's taking the role that Sam didn't want to take or didn't take. But that's how I see it. But then they added all that unnecessary fat and they didn't trim it. But Deebs, go ahead, my man.
We have Mr. Swagoo saying, "Can we talk about main character Jimmy Woo, FBI?" We
Jimmy
did.
Woo!
Good, so good. Like if that was a character that resurrected in one, like I loved him so much. In fact, I would love to see a series. And then we've got high reviews. What's going on, high reviews?
What's up, Sonny? Sonny, how's it going? Go to sleep. Go to
I know.
sleep. It's like 3 a.m. or something. Go to
It's
sleep.
too late for me. It must be too late for you.
And then the power broker was Agatha all along, obviously.
No, the power broker was Mephisto.
You're 100. Everyone here is 100% right. I went on the Gabe's podcast and I reserved judgment. I constantly reserved judgment until I finally saw the final act, which was absolutely atrocious. It was like The Dark Knight Rises. It was just a mess. It was a complete, utter mess. It was like watching the CW. And it was really sad because I thought there were a lot of elements in the show that were so important and so strong. You had it was a story about race. It was a story about trauma. It was about terrorism and the roots of terrorism. I think this is like your quintessential Zack Snyder film, but in a TV series. Like there were so many strong individual parts. It just didn't work. It just kind of failed at the end, and it was just sloppy and terrible editing and all that. Sorry, man. But
look at that comment from Sonny. Look at that comment from Sonny.
oh,
We're staying up for a bunch of Flash Smashers.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I saw that coming though. Like I saw the Flag Smashers as again, like Baron Zemo, means to an end. That's even that included just wasn't good enough. When like I said, the best storylines characters in this show was not like John Russell as U.S. agent. I love that. Isaiah Bradley story. I love that. Like you said, Ryan, if you drop a few of these stories and further flesh those characters out and make it about those characters, we're talking about a completely different show here. So I agree with everyone here, what everyone's saying. But even though I'm a little higher than everyone here, so I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10.
I gave it an 8. But dude, you know what? I definitely think when it comes to the show, the story, in my opinion, is the weakest. But this show takes a lot from the original Captain America. I wouldn't say the original Captain America trilogy. I mean, we could say that now though, because we are going into a new Cap trilogy soon. But this takes a lot of inspiration from more specifically the Winter Soldier in Civil War, just with the color palette, the costumes, and the general world that they try to build within those characters right there. And I'll I'll be one to say I don't think the visuals are all that enticing. I really enjoy myself watching Sam flying around and having those fluid motions. I'm a huge sucker for when super people that have these flying powers, like for instance, Spider-Man's a great example. The way he swings with his webs and his motion makes the character between flipping and doing all these cool little tricks like we see in Spider-Man Far From Home, that he's web slinging, texting while doing flips and dodging buildings. Like that's cool shit. And Sam Wilson does the same thing in this show between saving the people in like 3 different helicopters throughout the season. For some reason, he goes in, swoops them in, he gets into contact by hacking them, and then tells her that she has to like go and grab the control panel real quick because he's just going to yank the dude right out of the driver's seat. And this show shows like a vulnerability when it comes to fighting. Like when you see Captain America get shot out of the sky and goes into the water, disabling him for a little bit, or something like a little bit smaller, going back to those original superhero tropes, is you're in the middle of this big action set piece, but you notice that some bystanders in the way, so they go out of their way to save the bystander. We see that on the bridge at the end of the season. Like all those are the cool visual moments for me, but other than that, I think a lot of it is relatively just cut and dry for me. I can't say I really hate it, but I can't say I love it at the same time. I'm pretty neutral on it. I think it works for, I guess, the story they're trying to tell. It's not supposed to be a very visual show, but when the action and the flying comes in, I really do like it. So I'm gonna keep it a good middle 5 out of 10, not 5 out of 5. Fuck, 5 out of 10 for me, Deebs.
Got it.
Deebs, lead us right off, man. Your visual takes.
Yeah, so like a lot of the best visual moments in Falcon and Winter Soldier were like the individual moments, like the fight between Bucky and Sam versus John, and you see John with the shield, and there's like amazing lighting, or when that moment where John kills that flag smasher, and you see him carrying the shield, and it's bloody, like. Those were like the most amazing visuals of this show, and I gotta knock it a little bit. I gotta knock it for the fact that, like, when I think of visuals, I was expecting cinema, and at the end, it was night. You cannot see what is going on during all of these different fight scenes. So I'm definitely gonna knock it a little bit. And I love the costume. I thought it was a little rushed. Honestly, the best visual from Falcon and Winter Soldier was Mandrapore, which I loved. It felt like a John Wick-esque like underbelly of Coruscant, and that was really fun. And hopefully we get to see more of that moving forward in the MCU. But my grade here for visuals of Falcon and Winter Soldier is a 7. So
cool. It's not a bad grade. What about you, Gabe? What are your opinions on the visuals?
I mean, what visuals? It just looked exactly the same as the movies he was trying to emulate. Every memorable moment was taken from the visuals of superior projects. Every like the shield thing that was taken from Captain America Civil War. Every action sequence was trying to emulate something you've seen somewhere else. It didn't have any creative like ideas on the visuals at all. And it looked fine, but it's not. I mean, I guess the moment where John Walker kills what's his face bad guy with the shield is kind of like an iconic moment. It's probably what you remember from the show, and that's fine. But I mean, just putting blood on a shield, does that really like deserve a lot of attention? Not to me. So I think I would give it a 6, which to me a 6 means it passes, like it's not failed, but it's the minimum I would give. The minimum passing grade I would give something, and it passes only because it's doing what somebody else did, and that was pretty good. But in originality, it gets a 0.
Yeah, it tried to be like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, thrived at finding its wheelhouse between weaving in and out of the OG trilogy with Empire, with Return of the Jedi, A New Hope. Like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni found an amazing way to like, you know, give references to the old classics, but make it fresh. I feel like this show tried to do the same thing, but it just felt stale. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does.
No, yeah, definitely what you're saying. But now for the only person who will give this a reasonably high grade.
I actually, oh man, listen, for Sam's wings alone, I love what they did with his action scenes, and then with like the suit too. Like I thought it was great as well.
The wings.
His wings, I love.
Bro, they're really
everything
sexy
about
fucking
it.
wings.
They are. I don't know.
Yeah, we talk about chicken wings because
Nice
no, I
tasty
really,
Oh
I
man, that's
like
what I'm
the
having for
action
dinner
scenes.
tonight. I'm
Jesus.
definitely getting some chicken wings.
Anyways,
I know you were all wondering what I was gonna have for dinner, so that's why I just thought I would tell
Totally,
you now.
that's exactly what I'm wondering.
I had wings for dinner, so I can't blame you, bro.
Oh shit. Well, it's early here, so I can have it later. I know this is relevant to say online because you know everybody wants to listen to what I'm having for dinner. So you're
Obviously.
welcome. You're welcome,
Obviously.
internet.
Welcome to my food TED Talk.
Anyways, on Sam's action scenes alone with the suits and all those ads and the action scenes, I will give it a 7 out of 10, like Dives, and there you go. We'll go for it.
Wow, you
That's
managed to piss her off about talking about yourself, Gabe. Good job.
No, I'm just trying to
Good
move
job.
fast, or I'm not going to go on forever for visuals. You guys said everything that could be said, so I agree with you guys.
You know what I gotta say to that, Amanda? Whenever you talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I definitely gotta say they're not some memorable moments that you talk about because you don't talk about the good moments in the show. But to be fair, I don't think this, bro. Just listen. Don't question it. Why would you?
I always question what you say. I always question what you say.
Yeah, bro, you clearly have not learned. Don't question it, but just go with the flow. Why do you think The Last Jedi got made? I'm not starting that conversation.
No mention
By
of
the
Star
way.
Wars. No Star Wars. No.
Do the
But you know
cooking
what?
podcast.
No.
Do the cooking podcast. Do it.
I have
Cooking, yes.
I have
Star Wars,
breaking
no.
news.
Especially The Last Jedi. Please, I beg you.
I do have breaking news about this comment, Sony. So my best friend is a chef, and he just opened a new brewery restaurant, and we're going to be starting to do cooking shows. So that's going.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, that's so exciting. I love that.
That's
gonna be
awesome.
awesome.
I'm excited for you. That's
So
awesome.
That's
cool, so
dope.
cool.
It's gonna be
Alright.
really-
That's a pretty
Debated
memorable
lines.
moment. That's a pretty memorable moment in history. But you know it doesn't have too many memorable moments? Yo, someone pull out the drum kit. Falcon
Yours are
and the Winter
nuts.
Soldier. Boom.
What?
Wait,
Y'all are
nah, bro,
nuts.
don't say what. I will admit
Nuts.
when it, bro, you want to listen, stop interrupting
No.
me. You know what I got to say to this? I got to say when it comes
God,
to
you
memorable
are like a
moments,
married couple.
No.
Honestly.
bro, honestly, I make a good peanut butter and bacon sandwich, but that's besides the point.
No one
Peanut
wants
butter
that.
and bacon.
No one
Yeah,
wants
it's
that.
legit. That's legit.
No.
That's super trendy. Super
It's,
trendy.
bro, it's super trendy, bro.
Especially when you have it on a donut. You can try it on the
Why
donut.
you guys hate bacon or something? Why would you?
Bro,
What?
I absolutely love bacon. That's why I put it on everything. The fuck?
You wasted bacon by
I
putting
do
that
everything in the
disgusting,
name of bacon. I do
disgusting
everything
peanut
in
butter in it.
Christ. Okay.
How to cook up
God.
on the podcast. We should be like how to cook up a review. Boom, boom, boom. But I gotta say, when it comes to memorable moments, this show doesn't have too many. But when it does have memorable moments, they're really high memorable moments. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because
Why
you're-
are you looking at me like that, bro?
'Cause you're
I just said it
confusing.
doesn't have a lot of memorable moments.
Okay. Why
But
do
when
you care
you-
the way I'm looking at you? Just
Because
keep
you're looking
talking.
at me like I got 5 heads, bro. Why else?
Well, your
Like,
headphones are abnormally big.
Can you relax? And just keep
excuse me,
going?
sir. It's the fucking hat. It's the hat.
Jesus
Excuse you.
I didn't see any change. You look the same.
There's
You know
no
what?
change.
It's fine. It's pink
Your
headphones.
hat was pretty cool. What is that thing you have behind you with the controllers? What's that? That looks pretty
What?
cool.
What thing with the controller?
On
It's
your
the-
right.
It's the gauntlet.
These?
So that's your left. No, you're right.
Oh, this? It's
Yeah.
a poster.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you. Get it on display. We're not sponsored yet. Hopefully one day.
I have a display right here. I got
Oh.
it for free because it's really shitty.
This one's the display.
So I complained and I was like, "What the fuck? It's really shitty." And they were like, "Okay, you get a full ring one."
When you look at Mandy's
okay.
background and you look at Gabe's background, that's hilarious.
The one poster I got on display too for free, dog.
That is so funny.
Remember that we were supposed to do WandaVision versus the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
You know what? I keep talking about bro, that's because Amanda keeps like jumping in and giving these weird.
Why is it me? Just don't pay attention to me.
Bro,
keep going.
I keep trying to talk, but you talk over me anyway. I'm just gonna keep it short. When it comes to memorable moments for this show, I will say I like squealed a little bit when I saw Sam finally have his intro. I'll admit it wasn't the best intro in the world, but just seeing where this character came from to where he is now, it just felt like a good arc for that character specifically. So I just became overjoyed. But when it comes to the overall, I think the Power Broker reveal was fucking atrocious. Bro, how did they do my girlfriend Sharon Carter like that? Bro, they give her 5 minutes of screen time and then say she's the next big bad. Like, how? How, bro? She had 5 minutes in between the last two films, and she had 5 minutes in 6 hour-long episodes, and she went from trying to fuck Steve to, you know what, fuck everyone else. Like, bro, the correlation is not there. But that's my thoughts and opinion on the Power Broker. But other than that, I know, Gabe, you give it a little bit of slack with the Shield moment. I thought it was a great moment because it represented everything that the Shield wasn't. Just going to keep it at that. I'm going to leave the memorable moments at 6.95.
Damn it, Brian.
Make sure you have the 5. Make sure you have the 5, or otherwise.
No, bro.
Can we-
Wait for my final
Hey,
score.
guys, can we clip you saying "Damn it, Ryan," please, so we can use it multiple times?
We do have this. I'm just saying that might be coming
Bro,
up.
that you can't, bro. That's gonna be the teaser for the draft tomorrow.
Yes.
We gotta
Yes.
make that like into a trailer. But
Do
I'm
it.
trying to remember. You guys like put me so like off guard. I'm the first one to talk memorable moments, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you know what, Gabe? I'm just gonna go to you because I feel like you don't have very memorable moments, bro. So you'll make it nice and short.
Here's the thing. Okay, so Christian mentioned on Twitter when we tweeted that this was happening tonight, Christian responded like, WandaVision wins for sure. And I said, I can think of one category where the Falcon and the Winter Soldier wins, and that's action. It's got some great action sequences, great fight choreography. They put a lot of money into the special effects, even though, you know, it's just CGI people, but that's fine. I thought it had great action sequences from at least like a technical point of view, even though the story, like, you know, why is the Power Broker fighting her own men? You know, nobody explained that.
Question.
I mean, it's just so moments wise, I think it's better than I thought because you're making me put action sequences here. So I would give it a. I mean, it's definitely failed, but it's, you know, I'm going to give it a
so optimistic.
I'm going to give it a 4.96.
There we
Why?
go.
I am the only next one to
4.96.
guys. This is terrible.
There we go.
Terrible. I'm gonna
By
give
the way,
you
guys,
an even score. Don't worry.
These are
966.
proper grades too. This is not bullshit. This is legitimate.
But
you know what?
On board.
Let's go straight to you, Amanda. Give us. You know what? Honestly, I don't even want to know if I want to hear your memorable moments at this point.
Okay, but you got to use the right grading system, Amanda. Remember.
I will because I'm nice. Like, shit.
No, that's that. If you have to do
No.
it based off your night, no, I'm not even going to continue.
Oh,
Just go ahead.
I know how to
Don't
mess
you
with
start.
knives. I know how to mess with. Oh, I'll do it on my
No.
next one. How to
Oh.
mess with you on the next one. Sorry.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that the series had many memorable moments. I mean, you had the bloody cap shield that haunted me. Like, I couldn't even look at it because it just freaked me. It just freaked me out. I really enjoyed Sam's Captain America reveal just because it was so different than what Wanda had to go through with Scarlet Witch. She kind of just like floated down, and you saw her powers. Obviously, she's just throwing like beams around, so it's different. and she's just like floating there. Whereas with Sam, like you needed him to be engaged in combat, and I think that was really just a nice touch. Like he flew in, he broke the glass, his shield rolled in, and then you saw the suit. I thought it was really nice to see him in action the very first time that he has the suit. Was it rushed? Yes, but again, that's the 6 episodes that we did have. You had Zemo dancing, which became a GIF, and everyone was talking about it. So I really thought that was memorable. The Dora fighting was memorable. So I really enjoyed all of that. The Power Broker reveal was utter garbage. It was trash. They have never done Sharon Carter properly at all in the entire MCU. And Peggy Carter is literally rolling in her grave now that her niece is literally she's in.
Well, you do know that she doesn't exist, right?
It doesn't. Okay, let's not start with the time bullshit.
It exists in our heart, bro.
I can't. It's just cringy. The Power Broker's cringy. I don't want to see Sharon Carter again if she's gonna be the Power Broker, but obviously, we can't wish.
What is the Power Broker? Who cares?
We're not gonna know.
I don't care.
We're not gonna know because it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time, and I feel bad for Emily Van Camp, who literally has to be the face of this, and it bothers me. So
does anybody remember that show she was in with the guy from Small Soldiers?
Revenge.
Isn't it Revenge?
No, it was something like with Snow, or it was like a love story show.
Clearly not.
Nobody remembers it. Oh God, I'll find it. Wait.
Yeah, you go.
You do
go
that.
ahead and find it,
I'm gonna give it because I cried multiple times throughout this series. Yeah, okay, whatever. You guys cried during WandaVision.
No, who said that?
People cried.
Yeah, who said that?
Who said
Dives cried during. I know Dives, so he cried.
I know
during
Dives did too because we were on the same
exactly.
I cry about everything.
Same. So
it doesn't count.
I get it. It's okay. So I'm gonna
it's
give
called
it.
Everwood. Everwood is the show. Does anybody?
I've heard of it, but I've
heard of that.
I thought she was your girlfriend wife, according to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, only in the Marvel movies. Chill the fuck out.
Yikes! You don't even support her other work. Wow.
No, because it hasn't been good. Sorry, sweetheart.
That's terrible.
Does anybody remember Small Soldiers? That was.
Oh, so good.
Was it? I think it's pretty bad.
That's why it's so good.
Tommy Lee Jones, Kirsten Dunst, so good. So good.
Kristen Dunst is in it. You're right. And you know who voices the villain toy? It's Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Huh.
Tommy Lee Jones.
New information.
Damn.
I'm giving this an 8 out of 10.
Amanda hasn't seen it. Amanda hasn't seen it. Yes,
8 out of 10.
You have not seen it, right?
I have not.
I have a theory that you've only watched movies post 2010.
What? No, I just watch good movies. Don't. No, I did it on purpose. Stop. I did it on purpose.
Bro, just give your grade.
Let's continue.
Just give your grade.
I know you guys are going to drag me. Yes, I said it on purpose. It's fine.
Let's continue, please.
I'm joking.
And say your grade.
You don't remember Everwood.
I said 8 out of 10, and Dives heard me and listened to me, and he's the only one listening to me, so it makes sense.
No, we're all listening to you.
We're listening. We're just being selective on if we want.
Exactly my point.
Never.
Exactly.
No, it's not because I'm not getting into it, bro. But you know what, Deebs? Hit us home before we get into the last category. What are your thoughts on the memorable moments in this show?
Quick 7 out of 10. And Amanda, you touched on it. The Bloody Shield was awesome. Marvel went there. That was really fun. Quick nod to Isaiah Bradley, the statue scene at the very end, hugging, bawling my eyes out. Surprise, surprise. I thought both of those scenes were terrific. John Walker versus Sam and Bucky was terrific. None of those moments were, though, in the finale, which is really, truly disappointing. And I got to knock it a little bit for having that, super anticlimactic battle versus what's the leader of the flag?
Carly?
Oh my God.
Carly versus Sam. They tried so hard to have it Steve refusing to fight Bucky, I'm not going to fight you. I'm with you to the end of the line. It did not work. It absolutely did not work. It would have been so much better if John was actually the true villain of the show. And that just speaks to the direction of the show. That speaks to COVID when they had to completely change what was going on with the show. And truly at the end, this was truly a setup because I don't believe for a second that Sharon Carter is who she is. I think that's leading into other things. I'm not going to spoil that. There are I think what you saw was not just a finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but you saw setups of multiple different shows being placed. And that's just sad. That's just sad because when we're comparing two shows that one has like a real story and an end, and one has truly just the beginning, it's not really fair. So I'll give this score a 7.
Damn. Okay, so now we're on rewatchability. To be honest, this kind of just falls into the same category as WandaVision for me. I mean, I will give this like a score bump up simply because the episodes are shorter. It just feels like an easier thing to just go through rather than 9 individual episodes. I know at the end of the day, when you're just like doing it back to back, it might not seem like a difference, but to me it does. So I'm gonna give Falcon and the Winter Soldier a 6.59 out of 10.
You're the worst. I'm gonna have to give out my T100 or TI-80 calculator here.
I told you we do
the ones that you can play the snake on. Remember the TI-80? Am I that old? I don't know.
You're
Snake,
fine.
when you were a kid back in the day, Gabe, you might remember this. Like you had the big calculators. They were like $100+, and like
bro, they were like
$150
in New York.
You could play Snake. It was like a big deal.
Oh no, I don't remember those.
I know those calculators.
I do too, Deeb. So joke's on you.
Do you?
No, I do, bro. They're massive ass calculators, kind of chunky boys, but that's besides the point. Gabe, you know what you should do? You should tell me how rewatchable the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, because I know you're just dying to watch this in the bathtub with a red glass of wine with your feet up and just steaming off sweat.
What just happened?
A visual. Gabe's like, no.
You know what? Remember that flight I told you about before? I watched. I managed to get through the Falcon and the Winter Soldier easier than I managed to get through WandaVision. Because I wanted to. I was like, am I crazy for not knowing what's happening with these flag smashers? And why is this lady from Solo being here again, playing the same character? So I was just confused. But it's surprisingly rewatchable in the sense that it's got a lot of action. But the problem is that it's also annoying to rewatch it because you got to sit through like the stupid like interrogation room scene, and you got to sit through all the stuff with a boat. I cannot say enough bad things about that boat. I mean, that was really.
It's such a small part. Like, why are you on that? It's so small.
It was too big. I mean, I like. You know who I like? The actress who played the sister. I thought she was pretty good. I would have liked her to see her play somebody else. Not a completely irrelevant character with a boat.
She's not irrelevant.
What did she do?
She said. What do you mean? What did she do?
She talked to Sam, bro.
She's the family element with Sam that brings him grounded, and you see his like backstory. She's there for him with his nephews.
How is that relevant for?
It's relevant to knowing Sam Wilson and who he is, his legacy. You're grounding the character.
How is that relevant for him becoming Captain America, which is his arc?
Because it's Sam Wilson's legacy. It's his legacy instead of Captain America's legacy. So you have to see where Sam comes from, and he becomes a well-rounded character in the MCU before he takes up the mantle. That's how I interpreted it.
I think
no. I mean, no. I think they just needed to spend. They just needed to spend some time, and they needed somebody for the power broker to call, and they need that stupid scene where he's getting a loan and he says he doesn't make any money as an Avenger, and God. I mean, let's give it a 5 1/3.
Oh my God,
bro! I'm sorry. You guys give me
the
same points. This whole man gave you a fucking fraction. Like what? What?
Remember, I was thinking, have you ever seen The Naked Gun? Manda probably hasn't. No.
Naked Gun like 2 3/4.
Yeah, exactly. Remember the third one is 33 1/3, and the second one, I don't know, it's 2.5. What is the second one? I don't remember, but like
I think it's like Gun 2 3/4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, Yes. So no, I'm just kidding. 5.346.
5.34.
Jesus.
5.3.
I got it.
Okay, Deebs, how rewatchable is this show for you?
All right. So speaking of someone who's not rewatched it yet.
That is
Same.
very surprising because you like it so much. I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
You don't look surprised.
You only watch the episodes once, like for all the shows. Only.
Oh
once?
my gosh. I mean, no. So like when we do our reviews like week to week, I probably watched it like 2 or 3 times before
Okay.
show. So keep in mind, like this when we do these ratings, like same as WandaVision. I watched them back to back to back, well before, like on Fridays at 4 a.m. and then again and again and again.
Oh,
I live for this, man. So I gave this an 8 because I do think there is quality or something important about revisiting Sam's kind of rise as Captain America, which I think we now know that's going to be Captain America 4 movie coming out. I'm interested to see how Baron Zemo and all those implications with Black Panther 2 and all that going forward. So I give it an 8. I'm probably definitely reaching there. That's just how I feel. I'm going to go with an 8. I think it was a really well done show. They just missed the mark on, I don't know if it was COVID related or what, but you could clearly see the show just kind of lost what it was going for there in that final like couple. Actually, no, I take that back. Like the second to last episode was probably one of the best when it was like strictly character development.
That was for sure the best. Like
good.
that episode was here, and then the rest of the show was like in the floor.
Yeah. So that just speaks to me like they were all over the place in terms of what they wanted to get out of this show and what they were trying to do with the action, the character development. Remember like dumb spoon feeding us that was going to be this like Lethal Weapon buddy cop show with banter and quips, and that didn't happen. They didn't even connect until like the second to last episode.
You got a boat. You got a pretty decent boat.
I don't know if you want to call that like bad marketing or what, but I'm going to stick with my 8.
It's just lack of inspiration. I'll get to it when it's my turn, but.
So looks so depressed mentioning that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry you have to think about that. I truly am. But Manda, hit us with how rewatchable is your sugar daddies?
Well, when you put it that way, no, I'm joking. No, listen. I hate it. Now I got sidetracked. Listen, I watched every single episode at least 3 to 4 times after it dropped, like throughout the week. Keep laughing, that's fine, it's the truth. Whatever.
All right, if you're gonna pick a sugar daddy, you should pick Simo, right? He's the wealthiest one.
Yes.
He's got the moves, bro.
Sam only has that boat. Sam only has the boat.
Oh my god.
And he doesn't get paid for
Bucky doesn't
Avengers,
even have
so.
a bed. Bucky doesn't have a bed. Wasn't he sleeping on the floor?
No, he's sleeping on Sam's couch. Get it right.
No,
Anyways,
he's sleeping on a mattress on the floor.
Yes, he was, but he's still sleeping on Sam's couch. That's besides the point. Anyways,
Which is on the floor.
Okay, cool. Anyways, it's 9 out of 10 for me. I already rewatched it. The whole thing. Like I already rewatched it.
He needs to take the arm off to sleep.
Bro, Amanda be like, Amanda, yo, stop.
What if he's eating chicken wings and it's just like the sauce gets like between?
Bro, Amanda be the type to detach Bucky's arm and
Stop
still lay across
talking.
the other end of the bed and wrap it around
talking.
her to be like, oh, you're still around. Bro,
Look at
What
that
did
coat.
you find? I love it.
Look at that coat.
I love
that
them.
coat.
I think they're
bro,
great.
straight up pimping. How many times have you rewatched this? How many times? I gotta know now.
So good.
I think so. Like from 1 to 6, I rewatched once in one sitting just to see if I could binge it, and it was really good. I liked it like that, and it was right after the finale too. So I just wanted to start from the beginning because it is Sam's journey at the end of the day. So that's why I wanted to watch it that way. and just feel it all over again. And I love it for him. So each episode I watched 3 to 4 times after it was released. So yeah, especially I watched episode 2, which I loved, and then episode 5, which was the best episode. I watched that a couple of times as well. And then 6, just for Sam becoming Captain America. So I find it very rewatchable. I love these characters and I miss them. So I'm gonna probably rewatch it as many times as I can.
What would you
You
rate?
have not yet.
Yeah.
That's the
What would you
key.
rate it?
9 out of 10 for me.
Holy
Nice.
shit. Okay, guys, we have made it to the very last one before we do our mathematication right after this. Or at least Deebs does the mathematication. But
Poor
you know
guy.
what? This
Fuck
is
you,
the
Ryan.
moment. Bro, it's fine. You're not going to like my answer for this next one, but it's fine.
Oh, it's
Wait, can we talk
Guys.
about the fact that the image that you pulled up was called Sam Wilson is funny?
Yeah, because, bro.
Oh, I titled that. Okay.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
So guys, listen. This is a show that is not very rewatchable for at least actually normal people. Second of all, this is a watchable show. I'll say that. But this is when we really figure out the meat and the bones, which is better, the Falcon and the not so winter wolf, and Wanda and the not so vision. Which one's the best? Now, I'm just going to go straight to the point. We talked a lot about this show already. I think we pretty much nailed every single topic. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. I will give the overall series grade a 7.07.
I can't.
And you know what? I stick by that, bro. And you know what? Deebs, come on, hit me with your score, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go an 8. I think, regardless of a failed finale there, I am excited for what we're going to see beyond Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it did a good job setting up of what's coming next, whether all that. So we already talked about that. But what I'm not excited about is it just felt flat. Everything about it felt flat. It wasn't earned, and it didn't go anywhere. That being said, I'm still high on this show. Some of these episodes are truly special. Some of these moments are truly special. The Isaiah Bradley moment, the John Walker, I think, is a really fascinating character. I'm excited for him moving forward. I gave this an 8 out of 10 because the overall show is better than the end, and I do think that there's something to be said about the elements and the race and the social norms and all that kind of stuff that this show targeted is really important for the MCU. I think that this is something that the MCU should continue to address moving forward. Like I said, with the WandaVision stuff, this is where Marvel clicks, and this is where Marvel thrives. And I hope we get more of this. So even though it failed at the end, I'm not debating that whatsoever. The majority of it was really good, and I hope I see more of it. So I'm going an 8.
Amanda, hit us with it. What's your overall series grade or season 1 grade for Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I think Dive said it perfectly. So I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I cried. This was a very emotional journey for me to see Sam Wilson become Captain America. It's all I've ever wanted since I watched, Civil War, and I kind of saw the connection between Sam and Steve a bit more in that one, and I really liked that Sam and Bucky were able to connect in this series as well. That's what I wanted, because the whole buddy cop stuff in Civil War, and then you saw them back together in I think it was Infinity War. So it's just, I like that we got that kind of development between the two of them moving forward. Hopefully we do see Bucky back with Sam in Cap 4. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I love these two characters because it happened. This show happened because of a press tour between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Their chemistry is ridiculous off screen. and it translates on screen with the two of them. Would it have been nicer to have some more jokes? 100%. I get it between the two of them, but I just really love the show so much, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 overall. The storyline is wonky, as I did say, but I had a great time watching this, and it's all about Sam Wilson, fam. I'm just so happy with them, and John Walker was brilliant. Like, Wyatt Russell was fantastic, so it was great to see them at odds in certain episodes. So I really had fun. I enjoyed it.
That was an 8.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Were you one of those people sending him death threats?
No, I thought that was ridiculous because I always praise Wyatt Russell for his work, and then finding out that there were death threats, I'm like, you guys cannot just
Hey,
detach.
he was nonchalant about it though.
It was dumb. It was just dumb.
So nonchalant about it. He's like, yeah, I just don't listen to the internet.
It just shouldn't have happened. Like, it's really stupid. Like, you can detach the character from the actor at this point.
No,
So-
you can't.
You
Yes, you
shouldn't be
can.
sending death threats to anybody.
No,
Let's
period. It's just wrong that they did that over a character, is what I'm saying. So,
Man, that's when you know you did a good job as an actor. That's all I'm gonna say.
also
But
true.
you know what, Gabe? You know what? Throw your fish hook out into the fucking ocean and reel that motherfucker right back in, and give us your final thoughts on the season 1 of Falcon and the Half-So Winter Wolf.
The Winter Wolf.
Yes, the Winter Wolf.
This show, I mean, I keep, like, when I start to lose control, I say that I hate it. And it's
Oh, wow.
happened more than once. I don't hate it. I was mildly entertained by it.
Baby steps.
I think that, yes, baby steps. But I think that what WandaVision did for me was I didn't know where the MCU was going. You know, they didn't have their main heroes anymore. They didn't have Iron Man. They didn't have Captain America, which were, like, basically the cornerstone of this whole thing. Who knows how many movies Chris Hemsworth has left as Thor? You know, like, it's changing. It's fluctuating. They're bringing in new people. They tragically lost, of course, Chadwick Boseman. Like, so the whole thing is shifting. WandaVision, when I saw it, I was like, they're going to try different things. They're going to keep this subgenre of action filmmaking alive by bringing in new ideas, new stories, new concepts, new way of telling the story, everything. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the exact opposite. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the kind of show that makes me believe that the superhero genre is dying. That is just becoming, like, just recycling what came before, superior things that came before. If you're going to talk about, like, a superhero spy movie, there's a Captain America Winter Soldier. If you want to talk about a show that lands the superhero genre with racial themes, go watch Watchmen. Immensely superior. It's not even fair to talk about them in the same sentence. So in that sense, it's just, the problem is not really how good or bad the show was. I think it's more about what it represents. And to me, it made me tired. It made me feel like there was nothing there. So in that sense, it's I mean, I didn't give a grade on my site because I was just like, it's kind of hard to grade something that I thought it was okay, but I don't like what it represents. So in that sense, I gotta give him a 1, and I don't think it deserves more than a 4. It's not
Bombshell.
It's a show that didn't need to happen, about characters I don't care about. I like that Sam is the new Captain America. I'm sure he'll prove me wrong. But his first act as Captain America is doing that stupid ass speech that, like, I read it this morning again just in preparation for this because I was just like, maybe the speech will make sense. It does not. The only thing that makes less sense than the Flag Smashers is the speech. Like, because it's like explaining stuff to a senator. Why is the senator negotiating this? Like, what? I thought it was like international, so, like, shouldn't it be, Secretary of State? I don't even know what the hell they were going for. So it's sad to see that the lack of inspiration is leading to shows, and I'm afraid that we'll have the same in Hawkeye, but hopefully not.
Damn, bro. You really just came after a Hawkeye like that? Shit. Okay.
I'm afraid. I think, you know what? Here's my prediction. We'll have one good show, one bad show. So Loki's going to be great. And then after that, is it Hawkeye or is it Marvel?
That's the thing. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Prediction.
I think it's gonna go like
I
this.
think
I
it's
think
Miss Marvel. to be
wait,
honest.
Gabe, give your grade. So while we talk about this, Deebs can do his little
Four.
mathematician
I
shit.
already did. 4.
Oh yeah, you did. But like I was saying, I think this is how it's gonna go. Loki in June, Black Widow in July,
Oh,
either
shit.
What If
Right.
or Hawkeye in August. Then we have Shang-Chi in September. Whatever they don't release in August is gonna be in the October placeholder. So What If or Hawkeye, and then I think we're gonna get Eternals in November still. That's probably not moving anymore. And then December we're getting Spider-Man. Every month we're getting something Marvel after May at this point.
Yeah.
So
Is it too much?
honestly, it might be for some people. It might not be. I feel
is a
like at
lot.
least one. I feel like for what they're trying to do now, I feel like one project a month is actually a good amount. One movie and then one show, one movie and then one show. So they allow the show to have breathing room in between each individual show, but enough breathing room in between the show and the movie. Because I feel like when it comes to MCU fans, a lot we kind of just want right after we get something. So I feel like this is their chance to kind of piggyback off that. Because once Loki ends, we get Black Widow. That's just gonna happen, and that's how I see it. Let me get my calendar out. So much happening. right now. Honestly, and then think
It's
about it.
true.
They're also filming Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. They're starting Invasion War soon.
Moon
The
Knight.
Wakanda series soon. Like,
Moon Knight.
dude,
Moon
Moon
Knight, I
Knight,
can't wait for him.
Armor Wars,
Mm.
Ironheart, like it's insane
Right.
what they're doing. Captain America 4 now.
It's actually not confirmed.
No, it's not confirmed, but honestly, let's
Yeah.
be real. I
Also,
feel like
they're
they're gonna do
getting-
Captain America 4.
I don't
They're
think they'll
getting
do
the
it.
same writer that wrote this stupid ass show.
It's not true though. It's not confirmed. Feige said nothing. Like I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They just kind of spit it
That's
out there.
different.
But
You said anytime soon. I definitely think
don't-
we're gonna get it.
well, I don't know. I don't think we will. Not in
I would
the,
just put
I don't
these
know.
characters in Secret Invasion.
No, they
That's the
belong
thing,
on the big screen.
The way they're casting it, I don't
I
know
mean,
how
I'm not
many
saying
big
no.
characters they're gonna have.
I
Here's
know,
the thing.
I know.
You need to stop thinking that having your own show is lower tier than having your own movie. It's worth screen time.
Nowadays,
A lot
that's
more.
See, I understand what you're
Nowadays.
saying, Gabe, but for me, it's just kind of like, especially with Anthony Mackie and the career that he's had, I just find that like he deserves to be on the big screen and that he should have his own trilogy as Captain America. So for me, like it brings it down. I'm not saying that television is a lower medium. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the fact that like if Steve Rogers can have a trilogy, then I think that Sam Wilson can also have a trilogy as Captain America,
And you
like
see,
on the big screen.
and
Sorry.
you see the MCU doubling down on diversity. Like that is
Yeah.
Exactly.
100% happening. 100% happening, whether you want it or not, Gabe.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, I do. I mean, it's nothing against. You know what I was thinking when you're.
It's
You know, my brain strayed, and I was thinking of Anthony Mackie in 8 Mile having a rap battle with
I love
Eminem.
it. I love it. He's
Really?
had a long
Sorry.
career.
I don't think I heard everything else that you said. It just I started thinking, remembering him like rapping. I just
He's had,
Kendrick.
he has had such a long career. It's ridiculous, and he's always sidelined. So that's why, like, I fight.
But
for
honestly,
him.
it kind of seems like a no-brainer to me in the eyes of Marvel
so
to keep the sorry, Deebs, go.
it's going to make sense. I promise you. Like I think
Who
AJ,
knows?
Okay, Kevin.
thank you.
Literally.
Like it's going to make sense. Like when it happens, I think there are true plans for Sam's character, and with everything coming up with the Young Avengers, I do think it's going to click. Probably not next year. Probably the year
2
after.
years.
There,
2 years.
probably,
Yeah.
but probably I do think that there is real kind of means to an end with Sam's character. So I don't know about the movie, but I do think he's going to be a major character, especially for the Young Avengers moving forward.
I think he'll get the movie. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't get the movie, and that's great. I
Exactly.
just don't think it's going to be a trilogy. I don't see another Captain America trilogy happening. I mean, that's just me thinking the brand is
It's
kind
more
of like.
compassion.
No, that's fair.
I
His
think what they're gonna
hero power is compassion. If
I
you
think
watch
with
this
the-
entire show, is
yeah.
sorry, go ahead, Rob.
No. Go finish, man.
No, but like his best moments in this series, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was showing compassion to everybody. And I think you're gonna, if you look at kind of, just kind of do a little deep dive of what Khan is, and you're going to see that, Sam's role moving forward. You look at, who Steve was when he wasn't Captain America. You look at who Sam is when he's not wearing the wings. So he's going to be this mentor. He's going to become not necessarily what Tony Stark is. Like, he's going to be come like the rational guy there as part of the Young Avengers that is going to develop and mentor a lot of these young superheroes.
That's fair. I mean, that'd be
like
great.
that.
I have nothing against Anthony Mackie. I actually praise him for his rapping and for where he was pretty good. He was really funny in Pain and Gain. He had to get a shot in his penis. What was it for?
What?
Yeah, he
My
shot,
Rebel
like,
Wilson had to put a shot in his penis.
Yeah, she shot like morphine or something.
Right.
Into his dick.
Something. He was taking so many steroids. Something to do with his penis, right?
He was limp. He couldn't get an erection. That's what.
Right. And
That's
she
what
just
it
puts a shot in his penis. You haven't seen Pain and Gain, have you, Amanda?
Nope.
Nah, bro. It's
Stalker.
It's one of Michael Bay's actually good films.
Most of his movies are a lot of fun. I would fight for Michael.
I like.
But I think structurally, Pain and Gain is one of his better ones.
Yeah, probably it's one of his best. I mean, nobody can say I hate Armageddon. It's just so much fun.
Damn,
right?
Bro.
Really?
Armageddon's okay.
It's awesome.
It's okay.
It's so
All
good.
right, guys.
At least I watched it.
All right, here we go. Let's get to the scores. We're nearly 2 hours into this thing. Why don't we get some scores here? We've got a final grade of 81% for WandaVision, and we have a final grade of
65.
I forgot to do it. Hold on. Oh yeah, it was 65.
Yeah, 65.
Yeah, 65% there for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier takes the L. Oh.
Yep.
I saw that coming. It's fine.
Yeah, don't
So
worry.
WandaVision is the best MCU series so far.
Yeah.
It was pretty tight. I thought it would be like way more leaning towards WandaVision.
It's funny. I think with WandaVision, the overall ranking is probably what I would actually give it, around an 80-81 in general. I do think that's pretty accurate to like my testament on how I feel about the show. But does anyone have any like final thoughts before we start closing it up?
Yeah. Lastly, like, do we think Loki can beat any of these two shows?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Loki is going to be the next WandaVision.
I think that because it's 6 episodes, it's going to suffer from like storytelling for some strange reason. Just be like Falcon Winter Soldier.
But how long are the episodes?
Are they 40?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
How the hell do you know? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
why I'm
I just
asking.
know there's 6. I just know there's 6 episodes. So I think that it's. I don't know. They could surprise me.
I know there's 6
I
episodes.
think this.
They announced it. Sorry, guys.
As much as like, Gabe hated these two shows, like
What?
I feel like Gabe's gonna love Loki. Like Loki,
Yeah, he is.
It's gonna be like, just fun. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
It's just gonna
The
be
thing
fun,
with Gabe,
insane.
Gabe doesn't like his superheroes grounded. Period. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
No,
He
I
does
do.
not like.
I
No,
do.
it doesn't sound like it to me, sir.
Batman
I'm
Begins
just saying.
is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I want you guys to remember this. If in Loki they do this, Loki betrays what's his name? Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen
Gosh.
Wilson. If they
I was gonna say
when
Sam Wilson.
when
That's what the show's
Loki
gonna be about.
betrays Owen Wilson's character,
Mhm.
$5 says Owen Wilson character says, "Oh wow."
I hope so. If they don't do it, I'm gonna get so upset.
Wow.
They have to do it. They have.
They have to
$5
do it.
It's a missed opportunity if they
Bro,
don't.
it'd be a missed opportunity for not doing. Oh wow!
I know.
But
That's
you know
100%.
what?
It's gonna be one of those
Yeah.
two being each other the entire show.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
No,
It'll
definitely,
be
guys.
fun. It would be crazy, something new you haven't seen before, and that's, I mean, again, to my point of Falcon and the Winter Soldier being the same thing, just worse.
Right, and Hawkeye's also grounded, so this is the pattern that we're seeing, Gabe.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
grounded.
And that's my prediction. You know, Hawkeye, I would be like, who gives a shit? Like, honestly, I don't care about Hawkeye. He has
Neither
good
do
kids,
I.
and, you know, he you know, like eats hot dogs and whatever. But like, Hawkeye, I don't care about. But they got Hailey Steinfeld in it, so that kind of like made me more excited.
Yeah.
But I just don't give a shit about a Hawkeye show.
I can't wait to see Gabe's response when Kamala Khan like punches someone with a fist.
Yeah, with the 2 fists.
Oh, I'm so stoked for her.
So what's up with that suit? The suit was garbage, right?
I liked it.
I liked
No.
it too. It's comic
liked it.
accurate. It looks awesome.
I'm not gonna get Gabe. I'm not gonna give you that bullshit excuse. Oh, it's common accurate. I just like.
I
the
thought
design.
it was cool.
I like
It
the
looks
way
like a
sticks out.
Halloween store.
But
I
she's
get one right
supposed to
now.
make it on her own, though. That's the whole point.
Yeah, she's never
Yeah,
gotten like.
all of them make them on their own, and they have better costumes.
No,
than
they
that.
don't, bro. What are you talking about? You saw the way Peter made his. That shit
It
was
looked
ugly
like
as fuck, bro.
crap.
And
Oh
he
yeah, that's
thought-
true. Peter made.
and then he got-
Exactly.
Well,
and then he
what
got
about
the Avengers
Peter
upgrade.
in the other universe? Peter's like
Well,
you know,
well, that's
Obi,
because
Michael
the Avengers
McCoy.
didn't exist. They had to make him like a super smart motherfucker for no reason. Like, bro, you're questioning it when a man turned himself into a fucking lizard that's 7 feet, and you're questioning on how he
Exactly. If you're in that universe, why the hell would you give her a Halloween store costume?
Maybe it's gonna look better on screen. You don't know
because she's 9,
is-
and I
that
can't
is
imagine
something-
her knowing. any
There's set
military.
photos, so maybe they're gonna
point-
polish it though.
Yes. That point that Amanda is saying something very important. It's kind of like what I mean. This is a big tangent. Whatever. I mean, we're almost 2 hours in. But wait, let me just make this point real quick. So the Robert Pattinson Batman suit looks great, right? Everybody liked it in the trailer. It looks
The
pretty good.
trailer, yeah.
But then
Captain
some
Obvious.
people started putting like excessive light so you could see what it actually looks like, and it looks kind of shitty when you like kind of alter the image so it has more light in it.
That's why movies have
So,
lighting for a
Exactly.
reason.
Like if you look at the Batman costumes, they don't look as well with bad lighting. Like, you know, and that's the a great point about Kamala Harris. Not Harris. Is that her name?
Kamala Khan. Yeah, no, bro.
Sorry.
In the set photo,
Kamala
they have
Khan.
like the light beam shining on her. So like
Yes,
her-
exactly. When you
No,
put her
I
with the
know what you're saying.
cinematography, when you put her with the cinematography that they're going to use in this show, I'm sure it'll look better.
And
But
they're probably gonna
sometimes,
use
you know
visual
what it
effects.
reminded? It reminded me of Apocalypse in
Oh, dude, that was such a fucking awful costume.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Let's not even talk about that. Oh my god, please.
Bro, X-Men Apocalypse made me wish that the
Oh my
apocalypse
God.
was actually happening.
Legit.
I don't hate it that much. I think it's all right.
They ruined Oscar Isaac in that movie.
Yeah,
That
can
was-
you remember it's Oscar
Thank God you
Isaac?
couldn't recognize him. But yo,
Oh my
we're
God.
getting off tangents here, people. This is why we have another series
This
called
is
The
a-
Round Table, bro.
Isn't this called the Tangent Show? That's what I
No,
was
this is
thinking.
called the Versus Show, sir. This is called the Versus. And you know what? Me and you battle verse. Me and you battle verse. And we battle rap. We battle rap about everything. I'm
Like Anthony
Eminem.
Mackie.
You're
gonna rap like
Anthony Mackie. Deal with it, homeboy. But
His parents
You
have
know
a
what?
good marriage.
guys, I think we should mention something that I'm highly excited about. Deebs, I kind of want you to play the clip right now because
Oh,
it's
man.
pretty funny.
Instant classic.
Instant classic clip,
All right,
yeah.
you gotta hype up tomorrow's show, guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Tomorrow's
hype.
gonna be like 4 hours of this. Just
Yes,
so you know.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited. Oh my
I
god.
got all my Arnold Palmer spiked
Woo!
lemonades in the back.
Yeah,
Wait, what is that? What is that? Isn't
Wait,
it like
we are
a?
drinking
It's
tomorrow.
Arnold
Alcoholic
Palmer
lemonade?
50-50, half lemonade, half iced tea spiked. It's so
Oh,
good.
nice.
Everybody
Arnold
drinking
Palmer. I'll get
tomorrow.
one of those.
I love Arnold
I'm
Palmer.
getting some booze. We gotta get some booze. tomorrow.
Yes,
I told
tomorrow.
you we're starting
Yes.
since we're bringing the draft back tomorrow, guys.
Taking
We're doing an
shots.
annual shot to start us off. Now play this clip, Deebs.
Why are 3 people still watching us? Thank you so much.
Bro, classic 21 Jump Street is pretty jumper. Balls makes me want to think my balls are in space. Dumb and Dumber, instant classic, bro. I love that. Parks makes me feel like I got my automobile fixed. Tropic Thunder, bro, that is an instant classic. But Austin Powers,
Look at Loretto.
Groove, baby. Ghostbusters, instant classic. Wedding Crashers, instant
Classic.
Big Daddy, yo, don't
Everyone's just dying.
yo, Airplane, instant classic. There's something about marriage, bro. I wish I knew nothing about marriage. Bro, instant 20 out of 20. Home Alone makes me wish I was Home Alone. The other guys, bro,
What?
I feel like the other guys. But yo, not enough people have seen that instant classic. Alright,
Loretto actually laughed.
that's all instant classic. 48 hours makes me feel like I could have gone 36 hours.
Ryan, what do you have to say for yourself?
That's what y'all can expect tomorrow night. You know, Arnold Palmer, 5%. Next thing you know, 10 of them are gone. It's gonna be a hell of a good time, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow night is we're restarting our annual monthly drafts. We're bringing it back on our new channel that you're watching us currently on. If you're not subscribed, hit that, smack that button, like, just smack it, bro. Smack that like button, smack that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications for us, guys, because why wouldn't you want to be reminded whenever our beautiful faces are coming onto YouTube Live and talking about these amazing films and TV shows and versus series? But you know what? I also forgot to tell you guys, the draft is on greatest villains of all time. We are doing 5 picks, snake style, but you know what?
That sounds like the name of a Nicolas Cage
had
character,
one
a really
job,
bad
right? Like
tequila.
Nicolas
You had
Cage
one
as
job.
Snake Style.
Sounds like a bad
Snake
tequila
style.
brand name.
Nicolas Cage as Snake Style. Who would be his co-star in that movie?
It was
Sam,
Snake Eye.
can't get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking
Oh, Sam
thing.
Jackson and Nicolas Cage. Yes.
Yes.
Sam Jackson and then
Yes.
Nicolas Cage as Snake Style.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. But guys, there will be 10 of us fiercely fighting it out, and hopefully
Drinking.
drinking. Yes,
Bring
will
your
not forget-
booze.
bro. We will not be forgetting the alcohol. We are ramping this one up to 11. Whole new platform, same old faces, and the same old time. And without a doubt, I want to say thank you guys for coming out. Gabe, and not Gabe, Deebs. I know you want to say something. Go ahead,
No.
man.
I'm saying end it.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm doing, yeah.
I say we go for 3 more minutes so we make it to 2 hours.
Nah, bro.
Just
I'm
just
making
count
out
it.
here. We're
Let's
gonna
go
end
for
at 1:59.
I love
3
how Dark's
minutes.
in the corner is like, no.
Like, no,
3
but yeah,
minutes
guys,
talking about Mephisto.
Gabe,
Go.
stop. We have to finish this with Gabe. He has to sleep. He's been up for almost 24 fucking hours, bro.
It's
You
true.
don't understand this.
But
Good night,
tomorrow's
everybody.
Saturday. Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
Saturday. Tomorrow's